Welcome to this September 15th version of Morning Dharma. Why don't we start with some meditation? Please go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture, taking care to ensure that your spine is straight and relaxed. We're facing straight ahead with our head tilted slightly forward. This serves to bring our spine perfectly into alignment. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and softly close your eyes. And to begin, I'd like you to please gently bring your awareness to the exhalation of your breath. And please allow your exhalation to be just a bit longer and a bit more pronounced than your inhalation. Please feel free to experiment with pausing briefly at the bottom of each exhalation. This meditation technique will allow both your physical body and your mind to start to settle and to rest, to become soft and relaxed. Now is not the time to reflect on events that have occurred in the past. Those events cannot be changed, undone, or relived. Nor is this the time to speculate about events that may or may not occur in the future. The future is completely uncertain. Now is the time to be fully present here in this moment. Now is the time to give yourself full permission to enjoy engaging in a practice that's going to bring you a peaceful state of mind and at the same time contribute to your experience of a peaceful world. And with that, we can transition into meditation on the inner body. Please become the silent observer of sensations within your body, sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. There's nothing to figure out. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, supple, non-conceptual state of awareness to emerge. an extremely powerful, extremely profound benefit of this practice is that you achieve a direct experience of the fact that your body and your mind are not separate. As you know, your mind, your consciousness is not confined to the envelope of your skin. Because your mind and your body are not separate, that means that your body is also not confined to the envelope of your skin. So very gently, very, very gently, I'd like you to observe sensations that extend beyond the envelope of your skin. Sensations that may occur a few inches beyond the envelope of your skin, perhaps a few feet. Just do this gently, very, very gently, and allow the boundary that you have come to regard as physical body, allow that boundary to start to dissolve. Allow your mind and your body to continue to expand ever outward, perhaps filling up the room that you're occupying, perhaps pervading the entire building that you're occupying. Your consciousness is not confined to the envelope of your skin. Your body and your consciousness are not separate. This means that your body is not confined to the envelope of your skin. As your body expands and merges with the rest of the world, you are able to have a direct experience of non-duality. This is the truth body. This is the Dharmakaya. Continue to observe silently. Please start to deepen your breath and become aware again of this entity we've decided to label physical body. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of your body. Become aware again of the so-called physical surroundings of the room that you're occupying. The ceiling above you, the floor beneath your feet, furnishings, and so forth. Become again of the so-called material world that extends beyond the building that you're occupying or the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of mountains, of nearby countries, of nearby continents, of nearby planets. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception enjoy perfect fearlessness. May all beings without exception be completely and permanently freed from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception enjoy the perfect freedom of complete enlightenment. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I think most of you have done that meditation, the meditation on the Dharmakaya. I have this, I've got this kind of made up story about evolution that at some point, us Homo sapiens came to a fork in the road, right? In the fork of the road of our evolution. And one fork of the road led to non-dualistic view, and the other fork in the road led to dualistic view, self and other. And we took the wrong view. We took the wrong fork. Yeah. We should have gone left and we ended up going right. And so as a result, we abide in this constant dream, this constant confused dream of self and other. It's the basis of all of our problems, all of the difficulties we experience, all of the suffering comes from thinking that we are separate and distinct from other beings, from inanimate objects, from environments. Why else would we trash the environment the way that we do? It's because we don't recognize that we're not separate from the environment. Everything just goes awry and samsara arises. So the purpose of that meditation on the inner body, one of the purposes for the meditation on the inner body is for us to experience non-duality, experience the illusion of self and other. We can talk about this until we're blue in the face. We can study it until we're blue in the face. But until we experience it, our existential existence, our existential transformation will not occur. It has to be experiential. That's the only way we can get our view to move. Coming to a place of non-dualistic view will enable a direct experience of enlightenment. Non-dualistic view, very, very close to enlightenment. It's very, very close to a direct experience of emptiness. They're not the same, but they're very close. And an experience of non-dualism and abiding in that state will enable an experience of emptiness, of the emptiness of all phenomena, that it's all a made-up idea, that we've created it all with our conceptual mind. And then once we awaken to that truth, then our suffering's over, samsara's over. We experience complete awakening. It's that simple. There's nothing more to it. I didn't say it's easy. I didn't say that those insights are easy, but it's relatively simple. Through meditation on the inner body, you have a direct experience of the fact that your body and your mind are not separate. You come to experience the non-duality of your body with everything in the universe. That's sometimes called the yoga of inconceivability. It's a path to non-dualistic view, non-dualistic experience, which gives rise to non-dualistic view. Then comes an experience of emptiness. Then it's over. Then it's over. Awakening comes. It's amazing, totally amazing, our good fortune. So something else I wanted to talk about is the fact, just kind of revisit, we talked about karma on Monday, and we talked about acorns and oak trees and picking up aluminum cans and things of this nature. Yeah. Planting the seeds of acorns, planting the seeds of at some point in the future, experiencing a pure environment by picking up an aluminum can. Same thing with picking up a piece of trash. Same thing with walking instead of driving your car. All of these activities, these actions plant seeds which will ripen when the conditions are right, in the form of an effect. And it will be a big effect, just like the acorn. That's the point I was trying to make on Monday, is the acorn is teeny tiny, really small. With the conditions being right, it will grow over time into a giant oak tree. Totally amazing, totally miraculous. The same thing will happen with our other actions, like the aluminum can. It's like the equivalent of an acorn. Planting a seed, conditions are right, it will ripen in the form of what? Experiencing a pure world, enjoying a pure environment, enjoying a heavenly environment. Now, you may be having the thought, well, it takes hundreds of years sometimes for an acorn to grow into a fully ripened oak tree. And my life expectancy is 80 years or so. So I'll pick up the aluminum can from the gutter and I'll take it home and I'll recycle it and I'll plant the seed. But the benefit of enjoying a heavenly environment when that karmic seed ripens I'll be dead and gone. I'll be 6 feet under. Like, what's up with that? It's through that, it's at that point that we need to kind of start to contemplate past and future lives, right? Yeah. We might not experience the fully ripened effect of the seed that we plant by picking up and recycling the aluminum can. But nobody said we would experience the benefit, the fully ripened effect in this life. It's in a future life that might be in a future life, might be in this life, might be in a future life. And so that raises other questions and maybe objections about the existence of future lives, right? Isn't that convenient? We can't say that we're going to experience the fully ripened effect of the good deeds, the bad deeds, the neutral deeds that we engage in this lifetime. That's okay. We'll experience it in a future life, for which there's really no evidence that such future lives exist. You can't show me definitively that there is such a thing as future lives, right? And I guess that's true. I think there's some compelling lines of reasoning that one could engage to be perhaps open to the notion of future lives. But to get to that place, let me just invite this notion. Maybe we should become a little bit more creative in our examination of future lives, right? Like, couldn't we consider each day within this continuum of life to be a separate life within itself? Air quotes around the word separate. Like, we live our life, we go to sleep, we wake up in the morning. That's a form of rebirth, really. It's kind of a rebirth that we take. There are sort of like deaths and rebirths occurring all the time within the temporal framework of this human life. Like, infant Jeff is no longer here. That Jeff has ceased. And now there's an aging Jeff here. Infant Jeff ceased and toddler Jeff was reborn. Jeff took rebirth as a toddler into child into adolescent into young adult. Those were all sort of deaths and rebirths taking place along a continuum. Yeah. We could say that there is the Jeff that is starting this sentence will cease by the time the end of this sentence arrives. So anyways, we can just let's try to be creative. I think our conceptual mind wants to kind of like have definitive boundaries of when this life ends, and like it ends, it ceases, and that's all there is. Or we want proof of the fact that there is a transition period that takes place, and then who knows, our consciousness floats around in the ethers and then lands in another form. We want definitions. We want something that we can wrap our conceptual mind around. I don't think anybody can give us that, double-blind, peer-reviewed clinical trial that demonstrates the truth of past and future lives. But maybe if we just start to think about continuums and examples of deaths and rebirths that have taken place within the continuum of this phenomenon we've decided to call this lifetime, maybe our thinking and our views might open up, become more expansive, and thus create new possibilities for us to liberate ourselves from the suffering we experience. I'd intended to talk about conditions, causes and conditions, but maybe I can do it in like 60 seconds. We confuse the causes of happiness with the conditions of happiness. Let's go back to our corn plant. We think that moist soil and nutrients in the soil and manure in the soil and sunshine are the causes of the corn plant rising, of the corn plant coming to, of the effect, the fully ripened effect of corn plant. But it's actually the corn seed. It's actually the corn seed that is the cause of the corn plant rising, right? The rest are conditions. In the same way, we think that when we are sitting on a white sand beach, the 82 degrees temperature, the sound of the ocean, gentle waves washing up on the shore, the seagulls like making their little sounds as they fly by, our toes in the sand. We think of that situation as being the cause of our happiness, but those are actually conditions. Those are not causes of happiness, they're conditions. The real cause of that happiness experience, of that happy experience, sitting on the white sand beach, was an action that we engaged in the past. That was the cause. Engaging in a virtuous action that gave rise to peace for ourselves or others. That's the substantial cause of the happy, peaceful experience that we're having on the white sand beach. Not the white sand itself, not the 82 degrees temperature, not the clouds overhead, the broken clouds. Yeah, those are conditions. It's not the cause. So keep that in mind. Hold that thought as we venture into the waters of dependent origination on Monday. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
too. Bye.